Welcome to this episode of 30 Minutes with the Town Crier. Today we have three special guests. We have Olya, John, and Katie from Maspenock Road Gun Club air rifle program. Did I get that right, Al? Is it air rifles?
No, I don't think it is. It's really a more technical term. Who knows what it is? What is it?
Competition precision air rifle.
There we go. There we go. It's not just an air rifle. If it was just an air rifle, they'd be low cost, and they're very accurate, I understand.
Quite.
If you can shoot properly. Right?
Yeah.
Why did you join? Why did you do it?
It's a different sport than what everyone else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was never really athletic. I was looking for a sport to do, and I found this.
Cool.
My dad's been shooting since he was a teenager, and he's belonged to Maspenock since I was 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he wanted to get me into this sport.
Oh, wow. And so you have fun doing it, I assume?
Yeah.
Do you? Wow.
How long have each of you been doing this?
About a year now.
John?
A little over 2 years.
A year.
Okay. Have you shot in competitions?
Yes.
How'd you do?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good?
Yeah.
How do they rank in the scoring mechanism?
Well, each shot you get you can get out of 10 points, and then there's 10 targets, so you can add up to a total of 100.
100, huh? So they're little rings.
Yes.
Ah. And at what range do you shoot?
10 meter.
10 meters, which is about how many yards?
33 yards.
30. Oh, that's close.
A little over.
A little over. And how big are the targets? This big one?
A little bigger than a quarter.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew, that's pretty good shooting.
You're shooting at a quarter-sized target from 33 yards
Yeah.
away.
Yep.
And what are your typical scores?
9.
Wow.
Standing, I usually score about 8 or 9.
Wow. And you?
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. And how often do you shoot?
Twice a week now.
Twice a week?
Yes.
And what are your coaches' names?
Manny and Dave.
Manny and Dave.
Yeah, Michelle.
And Michelle. And how many positions do you have? Do you just shoot from standing? Or?
3 positions.
Okay.
It's standing, kneeling, and lying down.
Lying down. You don't go to sleep when you're lying down.
No.
Okay.
Now, what do you learn from this?
Well, it teaches you discipline and, to be patient, and also a lot of self-control.
Okay, John?
I'm mostly patience, self-control.
I learned how to focus more, because when you shoot, you have to be focused on the target, so that actually helps me in school a little bit, because it helps me focus a lot better.
That was going to be my next question. Does that carry over into your school life or home life, being more focused or patient?
Yeah, it does.
And how long when you go to the range, how long do these competitions last? An hour, 2 hours, all day? I mean, is it?
Competition, for one heat, it's usually about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how many rounds do you shoot? Do you shoot 10 rounds, 10 shots? Or?
No.
Either 30 or 60 shots, depending on the match.
Okay, okay. And what other clubs have you shot against?
The Harvard Club. It was the Taunton Club. And then
Shot against Reading, Holliston.
Well, really, there are a lot of clubs around.
Yeah.
A lot of clubs around. And you shoot in your same age bracket, or there's a?
it's a
Yeah, it's an age bracket. It's like, I think each age bracket has like three years.
Okay, okay.
So you guys all in high school?
no.
Middle school?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
in high school.
Middle school.
Wow. So you plan on doing it for a long time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what is your goal over long? I mean, do you think about high school? They have a high school team, or they have college teams, or anything like that?
I know in Milford there's no high school team, but a lot of colleges have a team. They compete in the NCAA challenges.
Okay. Do you know?
Matches there.
Do you know anybody that's competed in the NCAA challenges?
Kenzie Martin, she's a shooter at Harvard Club, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, was it the same rifles in college?
Yeah,
yes.
very similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Max, our coach's son, shot in the NCAA.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did he go to, where did he go to school?
Ohio State.
Ohio State, huh? Oh, wow. Did he get a scholarship for it?
I'm not sure.
I think he did. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, but there's, I mean, you can, there's college tournaments, I mean, the NCAA, I mean, it's just fantastic. It's great, it's a great sport.
Yeah.
Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started shooting when I was pretty much your age, but on a after-school program that had 22 rifles.
Well,
So I really appreciate what you're going through and learning the skill and the discipline. Because I
actually,
know that every week when I went back, I wanted to hit that bullseye.
actually, he started out using a slingshot. Don't let it get you. So you have matches, 2 matches. When do you practice? Or you?
We practice twice a week, and
Okay.
matches come about once every month.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. And do you shoot all year, or is there a season?
The season's pretty much November to March, match seasons, and we practice September through April.
Oh, okay.
Now, I've watched you guys shoot, and I noticed you tend to have a little fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the game with the candy?
So what happens is usually on Tuesday nights, the coach they'll put up a target, and he'll call out everyone shoot, and whoever gets the highest number will get a piece of candy.
Oh.
It's really fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So a little friendly competition.
Yeah.
How many times have you gotten the candy?
I can't remember.
Every time.
Every time, huh?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So they have trouble competing with you, it sounds like.
Sometimes.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, you don't shoot in the same bracket, I take it. You shoot in a different bracket than he does.
I think
yeah.
we're the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you're competing with, and it's, you shoot now, you shoot an hour and a half for the competition.
Yeah.
And then at the end, do they give you awards and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there's first, second, and third for like 12 through 14, 14 through 16, and 16 through 18.
Oh, okay.
Tell me about the gear you were wearing when I came up and watched you shoot. You had on what looked to me to be some heavy jackets and pants. What's the purpose of those?
They give you stability, so especially when you're standing, it gives you a nice form so you can hold the gun straight.
Okay.
That's the main purpose, because it's actually, without those jackets and pants, it's very hard to shoot on such a small target at such a large distance, because it's just small and you wobble.
Okay. Not very fashionable, though, ladies, right?
No.
No, you're saying that too, John. What are they made of? They look like a combination
They're
of
canvas.
Canvas?
Canvas and suede, and
Yeah.
some of them are leather.
Okay, I thought it looked like neoprene rubber for a minute when I saw them, but
No, it's leather and canvas, I mean.
okay.
And it's really stiff. They're
Yeah,
stiff,
it's
yeah.
really stiff.
Extremely stiff, so it's hard to
Yeah.
walk. You kind of look like a robot.
Yeah.
And what kind of eye protection do you wear?
Well, our coach doesn't really like eye protection. He says that it can, mess up our shooting. So.
Okay.
Oh,
But
wow.
when a lot of times we also will wear safety glasses,
Aye.
Right.
but he'll cut out one eye
Yeah.
that we put our sights up to, so it doesn't affect our shooting at all.
But you're also not shooting something that would cause a lot of damage if it ricocheted. They're little pellet type things.
Right.
There's no gunpowder, it's air.
Right. It's
Right,
propelled by
yeah,
compressed
propelled
air.
by, so you don't
Right.
have to worry about gunpowder or flashback or anything like
Right.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you shoot regular firearms, you have to wear
We
safety
will
glasses.
wear
in the air.
safety
You don't
glasses.
have to wear earplugs or anything like that, do you?
For air rifle, no.
No,
No.
that's good. Now, do you ever shoot 22s or anything like that? Or?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. We also shoot.
So usually during the
22.
shooting year, we'll switch off every other week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll do the air rifles one week, and then the next week we'll do the 22s.
And then at 22s, you wear safety glasses and ear protection and all
Yes.
that stuff, yeah.
How
It's
do you
still
do
the
with
same jacket and pants.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
And how do you do with the 22s?
They're a little bit harder, but
They're heavier.
yeah, but they're good. I like them.
Heavier and more recoil.
Yeah.
Even though it's barely noticeable, it still is enough to throw off your shot by half a point.
A lot more breathing control with a 22.
It's a little bit difficult.
Same breathing control with 22 and air rifle, I
It
think.
is? Okay.
You don't hold your breath, though, do you?
No.
When I was trained in the military, it was take a full breath, exhale half of it, take up the slack and squeeze. That's what they used to say.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how I was taught the 22.
Well, I wasn't
Inhale, start letting your breath out, pause for a minute, let the rest of it out, and shoot at the same time.
Yeah. It gets really hot though, so.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
You want to get it down range before you faint.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that actually happened to me once.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, well, because it was around, I'd say, April, and we were all having a good time, and Manny was upstairs in a meeting, our coach, and I started to feel, wheezy, and everyone's gathering around me, and I'm just like, I need some air. So Katie had run, she got my dad, and Manny came outside with me, and he's like, you need to just breathe. And then he's like, okay, you're done for today.
That's good.
Yeah.
So Manny was there to protect you and make
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Yep. So the coaches are there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always at least one coach on the
Good.
line.
Good.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, those I don't know, since they're not protective gear, what do you call them? Just shooting gear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do tend to get hot, don't they?
very hot.
Yeah.
Especially with wearing a sweatshirt under it,
Yeah.
Why do you wear a sweatshirt under?
just to separate
Padding.
your pulse more.
Oh, the pulse. Oh, wow.
Right, even that little bit will throw you off.
Oh, wow. So you got it all dialed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it figured out. Take the pulse out so you're not breathing, your pulse isn't working. Ooh, stable, huh?
Yeah.
Now we're going to get a chance to see the range and see the rifles at the range, which will be nice.
Yeah.
But they're hard to hold, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hard to hold steady, and you have to
Yeah.
take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest, laying down, standing, or kneeling?
Standing.
Standing's the toughest.
Yes.
Definitely. It goes, the further off the ground you are, the less stable you are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to rest the gun on anything when you're standing, do you?
No.
Between shots, we put it down, but during a shot, it has to stay completely by your arm.
Okay.
Mm.
That's not easy to do, is it?
No.
Well, the air rifles are a little lighter than a regular. The 22s are not as
Yeah.
heavy. Although there's a disadvantage to that because they move easier then.
Right.
Yeah.
So the 22 is probably better from stability standpoint, although it's heavier.
Yes.
Hey, you guys also shoot at match heads, right?
Sometimes.
I think the night I was there, you're shooting at match heads or pieces of paper, I can't remember.
Actually, remember.
I think we were shooting at popsicle sticks.
Popsicle
Oh, yeah.
sticks, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We occasionally do that just as a fun thing. We shoot them for fun. That's another candy match we'll do
Yeah.
occasionally.
The air guns, it's a pellet, so it's .175 caliber? Or is it
177, I think.
177, okay. Yeah. Do you shoot specific pellets or just any kind of pellet? Are they match pellets, really?
They're specific match
Real
pellets.
tricked out pellets. Wow. Anything that you want to say? I mean, give people an idea why you're excited, why you do it.
How would you convince a friend to join
Yeah,
you?
that's a good question.
I actually have tried convincing friends, and it's just because that it's calming, but at the same time, it makes you really pumped up and excited about everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much the.
Have you tried to convince somebody to shoot?
Yeah, I've actually got someone I've convinced who might start this season.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah.
And you?
No.
No. Oh, well. Did anybody ever ask you about it or talk to you about it?
Sometimes here and there, they'll be like, how's it going with
Oh.
it?
Nobody makes fun of you for shooting.
No, they're actually really impressed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm one of the smaller people, and they wouldn't expect something like that from me.
Good, good. Well, that's good. So
Yeah.
it separates you from everybody else.
Yeah, well,
That's good. And you have and how many people are on the team?
I'd say about,
5 or 6.
yeah.
Hmm. What was that noise?
We'll just keep going.
So there's 5 or 6 people on the team.
Yep.
You have matches about once a month. You practice twice a week.
Yeah.
And that's all year or just during the season?
That's during the season. We
Okay.
practice twice a week.
Okay, and
There's
then,
a time commitment to it, almost like a being on a school sports team.
Yeah.
Right. There's a full time commitment.
practice. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And then off-season, do you practice during the off-season?
Well, sometimes the coach will have us come during the summer for a few weeks, and
Yeah.
like this summer we prepared for the Bay State games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was good because it was every Saturday. We'd come around noon and then shoot for 2 hours, and then we'd be free to go.
Oh, wow. Every Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For about 8 weeks.
8? Well, wow.
Yeah.
So that's 16 hours of shooting
Yeah.
in wow, that's a lot of time on the range.
Yeah.
Should get pretty good then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be great.
Yeah.
It's quite the commitment. To
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
But
And
it pays off in those 8s and 9s you're getting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And all the candy she gets.
Right. I
Whoa.
mean, I know
Delicious
for
Kit Kats.
I know for me, I'm practicing a couple more times because I've got an air rifle range at home,
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
and I take the gun home and I shoot at home,
Oh, really?
and I practice. So I'm usually practicing 4 times a week
Wow. So you're really committed to
for
it.
2 hours a day.
Wow. So you're practicing 10 hours a week?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Wow. That's a commitment.
Yeah.
Well, that's good though. And you're getting better at it.
Oh yeah.
Good. Good.
Okay.
Went from 3s and 4s to 9s and 10s in 2 years.
Wow. Quite an improvement. No thanks to the coach, I'm sure.
All right, guys, we're running out of time in the studio, but we're going to catch up with you later up at Maspenock, and we'll be filming you there shooting so that
Okay.
folks that watch this can see you live in action.
Okay.
See what it's all about.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're here with volunteer coach Manny Snyderman at the Maspenock Road Gun Club. Manny, what are the kids doing right now?
We have 4 precision air gun shooters right now finding their natural point of aim in the offhand position, and they're dry firing. And when they give me a thumbs up, we'll start going to sighters, and then we'll go to record. And record fire would be 10 record shots, 1 on each record bull. If you can see downrange, there's 3 columns of 3 across. The 2 center bulls that have a little triangle in the upper right-hand corner, those are the sighter bulls. The ones that are around the perimeter are their record targets. But right now, they're finding their natural point of aim on the first target, and they're going to let me know when they're ready to go.
Okay. What do you get out of this?
It's just a sport for recreational, and it's a great learning experience about safety and gun safety, and it really teaches you like life lessons, like focusing.
Okay, thank you. Brendan, how about you? How long have you been shooting?
I've been shooting the same time as him. We all 4 of us pretty much came in at the same time. We're all shooting just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has it taught you anything besides the fun?
Well, mostly it's taught me of like safety, gun safety, and how to shoot it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, getting into position to use our scat trainer. He is holding a Auschwitz model 1903 full-size small bore rifle.
But it looks hooked up to a computer?
It is. He's using a infrared receiver and transmitter. The infrared transmitter is hooked on the bottom of the barrel, and when he takes a shot, we'll be able to see his approach and his follow-through. So Chris, whenever you're ready, go ahead and make an approach to the target and release a decent shot. Okay, so what we saw was and I'll replay it again for us. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
So here's his approach, and it was very fast and off to the right. So what's telling to me is that his NPA is too far right, and I'm going to correct him by asking him, after he goes through his breathing cycle, to slow his approach down. The slower that we can come down onto the target and stop at horizontal, which is our natural point of aim, then he can release the shot. So Chris, go ahead and focus now on coming down from 12, but use a much slower approach onto the bull, and once you're on 0, release the shot, okay? Okay.
Now, what are these squiggly lines we saw on the screen?
Well, that's his approach. We're actually seeing what he sees when he comes down onto the target. The green line is his, you'll see him fly past the target with his breathing, and that's perfectly acceptable. But when he comes down with his final approach, here he's breathing, the gun's going to go back up, he's going to breathe again, the gun's going to go down, he's going to come back up. He may do that several times, and then he's going to slow his approach down and come onto the target, hold and break the shot and follow through. Okay, so we saw a much better approach and a better hold, but he's still right. Okay, so let's replay that shot again. Here he is coming down, and he's coming down still to the right, and his hold is still to the right. He actually used muscles to bring the shot in to the target. So I'm going to direct Chris to take a half a step back behind him. He's going to come back this way towards me. Touch my toes with your feet. Okay, so this is going to adjust his NPA, come on target.
And NPA stands for?
Natural point of aim. So we're going to see that he's going to come down more at 12 o'clock than over at about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. So Chris, go ahead and come down slow. Nice approach on the last one, Chris. And when you're ready, go ahead and execute a decent shot. So we'll see probably the same breathing cycle. He'll go past the target and come back up, come past the target, come back up, and then we'll be watching for that slow approach. He's going to make a real effort here to come down as slow as he can and drive home a decent hit. That's a nice shot. So the only thing that I saw there is he's still muscling the gun to the left, and he did what we classically call an overhold. He overheld the shot. So I'll show you that, and then we're going to correct that right now in this next shot. So here he is coming down. It's a nice approach. He is right there is where he should have executed the shot. I'll show you where the execution should have happened. Right there. Did you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so, and then he muscled the gun again to the right. Now, there's nothing wrong with the 9.9. I would take those every day of the week. But what I'm trying to do is get the technique correct, okay? So Chris is going to take another little step back and touch my toes, okay? And we're going to have him fire again. His NPA is still not perfectly correct, and he's going to recorrect it. He's going to make a nice, slow approach to the target and probably be right on 0 and not use his muscles to bring the gun to the left. Go ahead, Chris, fire another shot. So this is an excellent training tool for our juniors because it really tells me exactly what they see without me looking at what they're doing. I can see his position. His position is good, but I'm actually seeing what he sees. Now he's zeroing right through the target. You can see his breathing is right through the target. Okay, did you feel yourself to the right? Should have put the gun down, right? Okay, the hardest thing in this sport is not to take the shot. So when he felt himself fall to the right and low, that's when you put the gun down because the performance was gone. So we're going to do it again. Your approach was perfect, Chris. Okay? Now let's improve the performance. Go ahead. And it's a process. It's muscle memory and it's a process. See, his head is erect. He doesn't have a canted head. His position looks really solid. It's quite nice. Much better approach. That's called an early release. So he dynamically aimed on the target, saw the target, and broke the shot. What happened was his NPA fell short. It was too low below center. His NPA ended up down here, which really should be here. So to correct that, I'm going to ask him to widen his stance just a little bit, which is going to bring the gun up a little bit. Okay? We're going to do it again. Go ahead. Feel a little right hand sway on that?
A little bit,
yeah. Okay. So it's an excellent training tool. It's practice makes perfect, like anything else.
Okay. Chris, how long have you been doing this?
This will be my second season here.
Okay. What do you get out of it? Has it taught you anything?
It teaches you a lot of responsibility because you are handling firearms. It teaches you a good sense of sportsmanship and competition as you are competing against other shooters and you're trying to do your best and excel at what you do. It's also a lot of fun and you meet a lot of people too.
Okay, thank you.